I was walking down the street one day, didn't know love was on its way. You put me in cuffs and read my rights. You're my partner in love tonight. To serve and protect our love, sworn under oath to the stars above. I got your back, you've got mine too. Together we'll see this through. Got me arrested in the court of love, judge and jury from above. Life sentence don't feel too wrong when you're by my side all along. To serve and protect our love, sworn under oath to the stars above. I got your back, you got mine too. Together we'll see this through. Lights flashing in your eyes.
Yay! Greetings, everyone. It's time for the watch party today. Super, super excited about this one. This is Robocop. And yeah, this is one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite movies. And I hope it's one of your favorites too. And if you haven't seen it before, don't worry. We are here to walk you through the whole process. Let's see. Got some people walking in the door right now. So good to see everyone here. We got DJ Knight in the house. So good to see you. Sergeant Giratana as well says hello and happy March, everyone. Oh, yes, today is the 1st of March. Yes, I'm already a day ahead. Today is the 1st of March. Really fantastic. Her real review is here. Hello. So good to see you. I'm just loving what you're doing with your channel. So, guys, if you haven't checked out her real review yet, she's doing some really awesome reviews and watch-alongs and things like that. So go on ahead and check out her channel. Fantastic. I love, great job. I'm loving it. And Bonzo Kilborn says, oh, it was so sweet. Hail, Lady Retro. Thank you so much, Bonzo. So good to see you. And Keith E is in the house, locked and loaded. Yes. So good to see you, Keith E. Oh my goodness. And Bonzo Kilborn says, dead or alive, you're coming with me. Oh man, yes, this movie has so many fantastic quotes. It's incredible. We've got Koj in the house says, yo, I love this film. And its sequel. Oh, I never did see any of the sequels, so I'll have to put that on my list of things to do in the future. The first one was so good. I was like, oh, I can't imagine it being better, but I'll definitely have to watch it. And Koj says, dead or alive, I'm not missing this stream. Oh, good. And Tom Baker's here says, saw it in theaters. Oh, so good. And guys, I want to let you know, I have a guest with me today. We have Mark D with a C.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Yep. Always, I'm inviting myself onto Robocop today, whether you like it or not. Just kidding. Yep.
Oh,
but,
my
yeah, this is one of
goodness.
my favorites too, and with all my buddies too. One of those movies where you just quote all the time. And what a performance by Peter Weller, and there's a lot to talk about with this movie. Hey, Koj, thank you. And yeah, it's just. We can talk about it later. We're talking about how it got rated X in the beginning, and then they had to cut scenes out, and
yeah,
they had a lot of trouble getting that R rating. But really, just an experience. As we're getting older, you youngins maybe didn't get to enjoy this in a theater, but there's something about seeing a movie like this and not having any idea what's gonna. I mean, the trailers looked awesome, but just getting blown away by a movie, and then. I won't spoil. I guess we won't spoil anything for the watch party. If you haven't seen Robocop, if if something really bad happens, he becomes Robocop. But
yes,
wow,
yes.
Oh, it's so good. Yep. So thank you for having me, and hi to everyone in the chat. Yep.
Oh yeah. One thing about this movie is that, when you talk about the trailer, the trailer did give you an idea of what the movie was going to be about, a robotic, a guy who was human who becomes a cyborg basically. And so we get a sense of what was going to happen in the movie, but once you sit down and watch the movie, it's quite graphic and violent and visceral. And maybe I shouldn't have been there, but I really enjoyed every moment of it when I was a kid sitting there with my mom. And we had such a great time watching that movie. And it became a movie that we'd watch occasionally on the weekends. We'd sit down and watch this movie. When VHSs were the rage, and
Yep.
it's just one of those movies that shocks you. It really like
Yeah.
shakes you and rocks you, and it wasn't as bad as it seemed like it was going to be, but the story.
It's bad though. In the movie, did you saw this in the movie theater the
Oh
first time? Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that first scene where his arm gets blown off, I was like, oh my god! And that's not even the scene that was rated.
There's a lot of
That got the X rating originally, but
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
there's
you'll
that.
have to point that out,
I'll
which
point that out.
scene it
It's
was.
towards the
Yeah.
beginning, and there's the
Okay.
moment the guy gets turned into goo, and
Oh
remember,
yeah, 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 yeah.
just rewind that and just see
Slight
how they did the
spoiler, guys. A guy gets turned into goo in the
yeah.
movie. It's gross.
So I do
But
have a
that
couple
was,
of
that was the 80s. You get
yeah,
and just if I know that you will probably have some show and tell for us, because
couple of things.
you have those wonderful, where does he get those wonderful toys?
Yep.
But before you get started, I just wanted to
Say hi to everyone. Yep.
say hi to just a few more.
Well, that's
I
good
think
because I'm gonna
everybody's
get
good.
my step stool out. I got to grab the Robocop from the shelf here, so I'm gonna
Oh,
turn
okay.
the camera off so you can say hi to everyone. I'll grab my steps.
Okay. Yes.
I
Yes.
can't reach up that high anymore.
And oh yes, DJ Knight is letting me know that they voted, and we had a wonderful poll on I think I released it on Sunday, because I think that's something I'm going to do every Sunday, is release the poll for the next movie, so that way you guys can vote in early. And the answer to that, the director of this movie was Paul Verhoeven. The other guys that were listed were actually directors of the other RoboCop movies, which I thought was really cool. One of them, the first one, Irvin Kershner, was the director of Empire Strikes Back. So that is the little bit of trivia there for the movie. Now, also while we're talking, and Mark T with a C is gonna get a chance to show us his what the things that he has collected. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to let you guys get your copies together, because the way it works is that you have your copy, I have my copy, and Mark has his copy, and we're all going to watch our copies together. While you do that, I'm going to let you know that I have a link for you on archive.com, where you can watch it if you don't have a copy. This is a copy. The thing about Archive, I think it has a small preview, or a small little clip from Criterion, and so you want to like get it to the point where that little precursor clip is gone, so that way you'll be right there when I do the countdown and we push down, so we can all start our copies together. And if you have any old tapes or anything like that that has previews or something in the front of it, you want to get rid of. The first view should be a picture of a bunch of faces. So just to let you know, the MGM logo, and then a bunch of faces. Let's see. Excuse me, I have allergies as usual. One other thing I wanted to do. Oh, let me see if I'm going to pin that to the top. I'm going to pin my comment to the top of the chat, so anyone coming in can also take a look at it. Also, let's see, I did have a list of, let's check something really quick. Give me a list of places where you can get it. If you have Max, you can watch it on Max. I believe it's also on Hulu, Sling TV, Roku, Amazon Prime. I believe, I'm not sure if it's on subscription, but that's where I'm watching it. And one other place, let me just see if there's some other places where you can watch it. Yeah, those are the main ones that you can watch it. I believe it's also on YouTube, but it's available to rent and or buy. So
This is actually the first movie I saw on DVD. So back in the day, I think I don't think they had DVD players out in the beginning. They had them just on the computer, or maybe they did, but they were Brazilian dollars. So the cheapest way you can watch a DVD was to put it in your computer. And I remember having my friends over, like, let's watch RoboCop on DVD, and I rented it. And it was, I think it was $3 to rent instead of $2, or $3.50 or whatever it was. But you could rent it, it was a big deal. Like, oh my God, you can rent the DVD. This is, because I think the DVD back then was $80 or, when DVDs were first coming out or more. It was crazy.
Yeah,
like,
we
oh,
didn't
look how good this
that.
looks. We're all like, oh my God, look how good this, on DVD today is horrible. Of course, you're watching it on like a small, my computer monitor, so it probably looked good. But I remember this is the very first movie I ever watched on DVD.
Oh, that is so cool. Because yeah, we only dealt with the VHS tapes. And do I still have Robocop?
Yeah. And those are collectible now too. People are collecting the VHSs, especially if you still have them in the shrink wrap.
Oh yes, well I watched a stream earlier just before this, and I was able to comment on there. And I think it's a Movie Madness channel, and it was so great. They talked about collecting physical media, and they talked about collecting VHS tapes,
Yep.
DVD, all sorts of things, even all the collectibles for that kind of stuff. And I was just so excited. I was like, oh my God, talk more about this, because
Yeah.
I love that. And any chance anyone could talk about like physical media, it's still it's still sort of niche, but because most people are doing everything so digital now, it's just really unique and special to like actually have a physical copy of something.
Yeah. Not to throw my kids under the bus, but they don't own any physical media, except my daughter likes collecting records and vinyl, but not a lot. But yeah, so she was but like my two boys, I don't think they, other than Xbox and all the computer games, there's nothing. Of course I have my collection we'll get someday, but I mean they don't even own DVD players anymore. I guess in the Xbox it still has some of the consoles still have a player in them, but you're gonna have a whole generation. The problem is like they're changing some of the movies now when they're redoing them. Like I was reading about Crocodile Dundee, and they're changing the scene that's considered abusive now, or
oh, okay.
So
my
and they're
God,
doing the 4K cut, and it's not like, or have two versions, right? If you don't want to, maybe you don't, but you're changing something that was acceptable back then, and or play it for a laugh, and then but then you're going to erase that out of the history. I mean, it's
they're actually destroying culture when they do that, because it's one of the things that we know, like, okay, we've grown as a society that we're no longer doing that anymore. And yes, we were doing it back then, and that's appalling. Like, we have to see this. Like, I don't understand why hiding it, removing it. Oh, this would be a perfect movie. We take out that one weird scene, and I'm like, the weird scene is a comment on our culture. We need those weird scenes in movies that make us feel uncomfortable, because so then we know that is exactly what happened back then. If you erase that history, then you erase any trace of the reality of
What was
our
bad?
own
Yeah.
history. Yeah, and we don't learn anything as a people. So that's what I
Yeah, I
just
remember in history class we watched Triumph of the Will, which is, Yahtzee propaganda, but we studied it, and this is what they did and how they dehumanized people and boosted the party up, and like Birth of a Nation, the horrible
yes,
things in that movie, but you don't erase it because then you say, well, this is how we've grown, or this is what we want to avoid, or see what times were like for people back then.
yes,
So yeah, just don't.
so
I mean, you could,
important.
yeah, like Gone with the Wind was coming under a lot of flack.
Oh,
You know,
it's actually a wonderful movie. I don't,
yeah.
and a
And we
lot
love
of
Christmas. We love Christmas. Baby, it's cold outside, and that was written by a husband and wife team.
yes.
That got in a lot of trouble. Yep, yep.
Yeah, I can understand you not wanting to listen to it, but to definitely allow,
Cancel it.
yeah, to cancel it is just like, oh, okay. You have to understand what the time, how things worked, so it
Yep.
was really crazy. I just wanted to talk a little bit about RoboCop in general, just some stats for anyone who's not aware of it, or and if you just want to hear a recap of one of your favorite films. RoboCop is a 1987 American science fiction action film directed by Paul Verhoeven. Oh, I love him so much.
He's awesome.
Written by Edward Newmeyer and Michael Miner. And the film stars Peter Weller, Nancy Allen, Daniel O'Hurley, Ronnie Cox, and Kurtwood Smith. And we can't forget Miguel Ferrer.
Yep.
That did a
R.I.P.
fantastic
Yep.
job. Yeah, he did such a great job. And he kind of plays like the same character in every movie, like the douchey
Yeah.
guy. But
Yeah. He does it well.
he plays a douchey guy that you like. It's really interesting. Yeah, it's like, how did he pull that off? And of course, Ronnie Cox is doing his thing, which is he's playing the corporate bad guy, and it's such a great movie. It's full of tropes, lots of tropes for the era as far as science fiction and action, and it's so good. So we're gonna get into that. Let me
And you said you haven't watched any other movies, or I was
the
listening.
other, yeah, I
You
haven't
haven't seen.
watched other RoboCops, which I've heard they're decent, and so
Yeah,
uh,
RoboCop 2, Frank Miller. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, Koj is mentioned Frank Miller. So yeah, so they if you read the comics, I'm sure maybe Koj's read the RoboCop comics that Miller
oh,
did,
okay.
and great. His storyline, you can tell in RoboCop 2 the Frank Miller stuff because it's so well done, and they really get into the duality and the AI and uh,
Mhm.
expand on what was happening. The man versus machine, and we keep talking about AI today, and the horrible nature of what's happened to him. He's turned into a monster in some ways, Frankenstein.
Oh,
This is another
really?
another retelling of the Frankenstein story, and
Oh,
and
wonderful.
then and as Koj is saying, yeah, they just chopped up what he was doing, and he was just so mad of what they did to RoboCop 2 and 3 that they he said, I'm done with Hollywood. Then he came back with Sin City later. But yeah, it's
Oh,
tough too
yeah.
when you're a creator, and then they yes, things have to be changed for a movie, but yeah, he was just so upset with it. But you can tell, like I could tell, like, oh, that's a Frank Miller scene there, and
Yeah.
that was definitely written by him. Yep. Yeah, RoboCop 3 that broke him. Yeah, but there was some stuff that I read about him too that he was not happy with. But that was like 20 years ago. So
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
sure my memory. I need, as I was joking, I need some chips here. And also there's some great TV shows too. RoboCop TV
For
shows.
RoboCop?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, so there was a Canadian one. I'm looking it up because I've watched. Yeah, so there was a Canadian one. There's one that was more geared towards kids, and let's see, I'm
Okay.
trying to remember now. Yeah, so there are 21 episodes, and people in the chat have been mentioning that too. So
Okay,
uh,
and Tom Baker says that Verhoeven was very marked by the German-Dutch occupation. He had a Nazi obsession ever since then. Yes, that really influenced his mark on Starship Troopers for sure. which he kind of reorganized the plot for that movie in a way, and kind of changed the meaning of what the movie was. But then even that got misinterpreted by the people who watched it, who felt like, oh, this is a pro war movie, which
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was to show the ridiculousness of it all. Um, but we have some really great comments. And Bonzo says, as a creator, once you take the money, it's not yours anymore. Oh, yeah. Oh, and hello, Phil from Entertainment says, I didn't realize that Frank Miller wrote Robocop. Makes sense now that I think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, great creator. Yep, yep. Yeah, so there are two series. Yeah, it's been so long since I watched these. I apologize, but there was RoboCop Prime Directives, and there was another TV show that happened. So yeah, RoboCop Prime Directive. It's more like a mini series. Basically, it's like four episodes, and I really like. I just love RoboCop so much. The other TV show was more geared towards kids, but it was he befriended this young girl. RoboCop befriends this young girl in the later TV series. I put both links in if anyone wants to find them or read about them. But yeah, if you're a RoboCop fan, check them out. Maybe I'll go rewatch those. They were really good. So
Yeah.
not
I
as
didn't
good as the
even know.
movie, but some good stuff. So and of course there's the RoboCop reboot. We won't probably mention that.
Yeah, the reboot didn't really interest me very much. I'm like, why do you want to reboot something that was perfect? I mean,
Yeah. Or continue it, like, continue the story maybe if you want to do that. I mean,
continue
there
the
were
story. I know
yeah,
that would have been so great. We did something in the 80s, but now we're doing it
yeah,
in the aughts, like that would have
yeah.
been so great. Yeah. Oh, and Tom Baker also mentions the Starship Troopers
Oh, yeah,
as
definitely.
well. And Keith E says, this is a very important message, guys. Just make sure you like and subscribe. It drives the algorithm crazy.
Yeah. Let's go crazy. Yep, yep.
And Sean Innes, oh, he's just stopping by. So sorry, it's becoming a usual deal, but stopping by to say hello. Hope you enjoy the watch party today. Where's Keithy? Yes,
Oh, he's
they're
in the chat. He's in
yeah,
the chat.
he's,
He's locked and loaded in the beginning, he said, yeah.
well, Sean does like a roll call and make sure that Keithy's here. And Bonzo mentions the cartoon as well. It was big back in the day, and I think I may have
Yeah.
seen like one or two episodes. Now that I'm thinking back to it, but it's been so long. I'd love to revisit that one day.
And
And
the Frank Miller comics, that comic series was so brutal. I mean, if you've anyone out there has read it, but wow, it was some good stuff that he did.
really? Oh, I should. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I should stop by the
Yeah.
library and see if they have it. And let's see. Coach says, I remember RoboCop around the time of the TV series Swamp Thing. Yes, 1990s.
Yeah.
Had some bangers. And DJ Knight says, I've seen the Prime Directive of RoboCop Alpha Commando. Ooh.
Yep. Yeah, check them out. Yeah. I mean, they're they're not as good as the movie, but the TV show kind of grows on you too with the interaction with the kids, and it's fun. Yeah.
Aww. And DJ Play Nice says, sliding in to say hi and move down the road. Oh, okay. Yeah, you have a good time today, and hopefully you'll stop back by and check out the rest of the stream. And let's see. And DJ Knight says, your move, creep.
Yeah. I wonder if I have any RoboCop clips. Let's see.
Yes, and
I do. Yeah.
Jojo says, I have a RoboCop playable character in Fortnite. Ah, I didn't know you could do that.
I think I have that character too. I play a lot of Fortnite. Yep.
Oh,
Gary says
wow.
I'd rent this movie for $1. Yep. I'd buy that for $1. Yep.
Well, you can watch it for free on the link at the very top.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good to see you, Gary. And oh, look, it's Charles Radcliffe. Good to see you, Charles. How are you today? So good. Okay, so you've got some items that maybe you
Yeah, a
want to
couple
show
of
us
fun
before we
things.
get
Yep.
started.
Yeah, just a couple of things. Yeah, we got to enjoy this movie.
Just,
But I think this is a McFarlane figure from way back in the
let's get
day.
you. Ooh.
So this is a really good RoboCop. So it's one of my favorite action figures. Yeah. So I think this is from. Yeah, it's probably like 20 years old plus. I'm guessing this figure, but let's get a
Oh, he
lot of good
looks
details.
fantastic.
Yeah. So that's on the top shelf, always guarding my room. And
Oh
it
my
has this
goodness.
cool display base. And does this helmet come off on this one? Let's see. No, helmet doesn't come off. Let's see. I think it's does it say McFarlane? It's always tough to read, but yeah, I'll read it after. But I think it's a McFarlane. But I love these when they have a diorama with the figure too. It just adds a lot to it. And then of course with my 3D printer, I've got some cool RoboCop models. I've got to print a few out too. I'm looking at doing that. Yep. Thank you, Bonzo. Yep. So I got that RoboCop, and I've got this is the small scale, and I can't find his
Oh,
helmet.
adorable.
So here, they had a whole, like you said, they had a whole line of figures. Yep. So I could only find RoboCop. I have so much stuff. I went in the basement. I actually found the storage bin that had this in there. But I think I thought I saw his helmet the other day. I can't. It's when you have your toy collector, you have like a drawer with like all miscellaneous parts. I'm like, I thought I saw his helmet the other day.
Oh,
But this is
sure,
even,
yeah.
so that's the Star Wars scale. And then I got to do an unboxing on my channel. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but my son got me
Ooh,
this for Christmas.
shut up.
So he's number
That is
one
so
son now.
cool. He's not the favorite in the family,
Yeah.
huh?
If anyone's listening, I'm in trouble. Yep. So this is with
Oh
the
my
chair.
God.
So I haven't
How
unboxed this yet.
expensive would something like that be?
I think he got this for around $40 to $50. I'm guessing. But this
What?
is I didn't. You could check, but who makes this one? This is this NECA, Nico NECA. Who makes this? Oh yeah, it's NECA. So yeah, Real Toys, NECA. So if you Google this, you'll see what. Hopefully, he didn't spend too much money on Dad. Yeah, so this is a
That
really
is so
cool.
cool.
Oops, sorry,
I
stuff with the. There we go. I'm trying to
Yeah, I
see.
bet when he saw that, he was like, I know who to get this for.
Yeah. And Koja, yeah, I do try to paint some of the figures, but that's what really takes a lot of time is painting. Painting your stuff. So do I have anything painted? Well, here's this is. I'm gonna maybe paint just a little bit, but you can do things with 3D printers where you can just print in a cool filament. But I do some painting.
That's a nice one for the
Yeah. I
creature.
think have I shown you this before?
No, I've never seen that. That's so
That's pretty
cool.
cool. Is that really cool? Yeah. So I'm going to start selling stuff too on my eBay store, some of the 3D prints. So
Which
I
reminds me, I
subscribe.
want to talk to you about doing
Oh,
some
sure. Love to
custom
do some.
3D
Yeah.
print.
So yeah, I subscribe to some, I'm not a designer. I can't do 3D. I can do simple stuff, but there's a designer that I sub to on Patreon, and then with the license, you can sell stuff commercially. So he just put out a really good RoboCop statue, and there's also some Daredevil stuff that he did. So I got to start. I've been selling some of my stuff on eBay, which is fun. It's just nice to have that have that outlet. So, and it's a lot of fun too. And then make a little bit of extra on the side, right, to pay for the toy hobby. So, but yeah, these it's just a lot of fun to have these things when you like a movie too. You got this on the shelf, I can look up and there's RoboCop, and I better behave. Otherwise, I can get shot where it really would hurt. Yeah, I think this is one of. Is that one of his? I guess that one. Oh, that's too big. That doesn't go. Yeah, that doesn't go with this. Yeah, that scale.
Not with that
I gotta get
figure.
the wrong scale. Yeah. Well, of course, RoboCop does have a big gun, but
Yes,
yeah,
he does.
yeah,
Huge, but it's nice.
yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Yep.
And I wanted to, Tom Baker says the world is more like RoboCop now.
Yeah. Well, we aren't going to have robot cops. I mean, we do have some little droids that go around now, but yeah, you're going to have as things get more advanced, it's science fiction becomes reality, and it's scary and can be good too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I hope that that what they're using now is assisting and not actually like interfacing with people yet. But I'm sure as technology grows and there are some moments where you don't no one wants to get involved, and so we're there's three sci-fi movies that I really feel we're moving really closely towards. One is a comedy, Idiocracy. That's like super super like right, we're like on the brink of
Yeah, it's unbelievable that
Idiocracy.
movie. How
Oh
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Oh yes. And
Yeah.
then the other one, oh gosh, it's just escaped my mind. I probably remember it, but
Oh,
Demolition Man.
yeah, I was just gonna say
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
That's
Unbelievable.
another one. Those
Would have
two are
predicted.
just like our world is very close to that, which is pretty scary. I mean, they did some really great um prognosticating back in the
Yep.
80s, I guess you can say.
Yeah,
And
we did,
Bonzo says that Skynet is already online and
yeah,
it's
it does
not.
not. Well, Elon Musk is working on that neural net chip, and I'm sure other people are too, the chip in your head and,
Chimp. Um,
robot interface, yeah.
they're predicting within 5 years, there may be some people who are actually going to, instead of, they'll be getting married to AI characters in
Oh,
about in 5 years, or if not AI characters,
virtual.
VTubers or virtual characters.
Well, I
So
hope they
then
put the
when
cap
you
on the toothpaste and put the toilet seat down too.
see, that's the cool part. You don't have to worry about that.
Oh, I had one other thing that I found, of the box to,
Oh, let's get you.
Ed
Yeah, let's get you.
Ed 260.
260.
Instead of 2, I said, I'm just yeah, Ultra Police. I don't know why they have a different number there, or if
Yeah,
that's a
because
typo.
Ed 209.
Ed 209, yeah.
Interesting.
And I bought this for $9 on sale probably, yep.
That is so cool.
With repeat firing, and I don't know where he is. He's somewhere in the basement or one of the boxes, but this was
Oh,
Ken.
so you just have the empty box.
Well, I do have him, but I just can't find him and some of my superpower. It's like you're looking through, and when we move, it's crazy to say, but when we moved 20 years ago, it's in a bin somewhere probably, or
Oh,
behind
yeah.
something in my basement where I've got way too much stuff. But yeah, this is really had caps in it. Yes, so yeah, really, really good. I don't know why it's Ed 260. I have to Google it. Why did they say 260? Let's see.
It's so wild.
Arch Rob Ed 260. Is this a typo?
Well, is it from
Just
RoboCop, a different RoboCop line? Like instead of RoboCop 1, is it from like RoboCop 2 or 3 or something?
well, it says RoboCop and the Ultra Police, and it's by Kenner. I'm gonna go check on
Hmm.
Figure Realm. There's a website that I use
Or
that has all the
yeah, you
actual
could
figures.
do a, a RoboCoppedia or whatever, or wiki RoboCop or
Yeah,
something. I'm sure they can tell you the lore, or anybody could probably let's
yeah.
Google it. Let's use our
Let's find
fancy
out.
Google.
But look at that. Yeah, so the cap. Back in the day, we all played with cap guns, and so you can fire caps through this action figure, which is just wild. So if you don't have enough violence, right? Yep.
Okay,
Well,
so
this
what they're
is
saying is that Ed 260 is a more advanced version of Ed
oh,
209
okay.
series, and was designed by Dr. McNamara.
Thank
So
you.
that's really cool. They don't tell you which movie it was featured in, but I guess that's just like hidden lore, maybe from one of the comic books or something. It doesn't
Yeah, I
tell
don't
me
know.
any of that stuff, but
Koj has that. Yep. Okay. Says I remember that figure. Yep. And I just noticed it too. So I always thought that was at 209. And just the box was actually inside the bat. I found it inside the box for my Batman 89 Batwing. And I found the box in the basement. And unfortunately, that box was damaged. Water got in it. And it seems like there's something in here. And so I'd put, the Ed 209 in here. So this box, lives. So, but that's if you're a toy
that's
collector, having the box
cool.
is a big deal. So,
I just wanted to say hi to Andrew really quickly. Hi, Andrew. And
hello.
just Let's get you. Yeah. Hi, Andrew. And also, Keith E says that Hooper is working on the opposite of artificial intelligence. It's a program called Real Stupidity. But it's already widely being used in the country.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, and Coaches is there's already AI functioning freely. Check out AI Angel. She's an AI with a digital chi look that does live streams and plays multiplayer video games. And she's here on YouTube for a few years. Yeah, I remember they had, I remember in the early aughts, there was an AI program that they were training, and I was kind of part of like, I kind of like joined in. It wasn't like nobody signed me up or anything, but I found out
Yeah.
about it where they were just training AI to have conversations with people, and it was a real like tragedy. It was like people were training the AI to say some really awful things, and I was
Oh
like,
no.
"Oh, this
Yeah,
is
that's
not
what
ready
happened.
yet."
The
Yeah, this
AI.
wasn't
Yeah.
ready there, but they've come a long way since then. But it also, I mean, that was the early odds. I think it was like 2000 and like I'm gonna say 4 or
Yeah.
5. And so, like, they've been using this stuff for years, and especially in the music industry, they have been using AI for a very long, long time,
I
which
hope
is
she doesn't
very.
have more subs than you and I. This AI. Yeah,
She
Angel.
probably
She
does.
does.
She's
Yeah.
probably has like probably one of the top. And Wanda says, "Retro, you ever see that movie Surrogates?" Yes, with Bruce Willis. I did a review of it, very detailed review, and that was one of my favorite reviews that I've done, and it really details what I think is going to actually happen, where a lot of people may get hooked up to a virtual or actual robots where we're going to interact with each other
Yeah.
instead of in real life, which is really weird, but that might actually happen. Um, but
It's gonna have, or you're not gonna have to do the most basic chores. I mean, if my grandmother was born in, passed away many years ago, but born in 1910, and she'd tell us, all the work you had to do just to cook, clean, and sewing. They all knew how to fix. She was an expert seamstress, and things you just don't have to worry about. They'd had the washboard. They didn't have a washing machine, but all the kids would get to, help mom like physically wash clothes. I mean, so
yeah,
think of it, if you had a robot. We have got Roombas, right? Robot vacs.
right.
Think of what, if you have an even more advanced robot, like, go organize all my action figures for me, or, but like when you have that AI where you could say, organize, the basement, organize, or do labor, then, theoretically you have time, to do other things. But
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you hopefully, and that would advance society, but I think it's also kind of nice to just go outside and smell the flowers and enjoy the
yeah,
beach and all those things if you can, because even though we can do that now, a lot of people don't even have time to do that. But I just wanted to say hi to Stunt Brad.
nice done, Brett.
Smoke, how you doing? So good to see you, and I hope you're doing well. Let's see.
Wonder if
Yes,
she knows
Keith
anyone
E
that did
says,
stunts for this movie. Yep.
"Oh, have did you do any stunts for this movie?" Keith E's yes, says this some sentiments we missed you last week, Stunt Brat. And I think you did stop by Lorena Creole's channel as well. But I was like, oh, where's Stunt Brat today? And Tom Baker says, I love the AI enhancing old 1900 footage. Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, they've
That sounds
colorized it and they put it the right frame rate,
okay.
because it's how you watch old movies that they're moving,
Yes,
so they
that's so fun.
fix it up. So yeah, it's pretty cool for something like that. I know, well, what I don't like is like, Tom from Midnight's Edge posted, some of the movies or things when they'll do AI updating or upscaling, when it's taking the easy way out instead of actually scanning it.
Yeah,
It's one thing if the film is destroyed, but some of the companies are doing just AI, like fake 4K versions of some of the movies. So as a
Yeah.
collector, you got to watch what you get. Yep.
Yeah, and I also think that it's really important. Like I think it's important that if you do any changes or updates, or if you're like, okay, well, how would this look if we did this a different kind of special effect on this thing, that's really cool. But as long as you don't mess with the original, let's always give
Yeah.
everybody the opportunity to look at the originals and be able to actually ascertain what was capable back then and what was actually the state of filmmaking at that time. So yeah, I'm a big fan of other versions of us making other version, but also I do
Yeah.
want to make sure that there's a purity of like, hey, let's always have the original for us to revert back to, because I notice like some of the streamers, what they're doing is that they're changing things to fix them, but you gotta make sure that people are able to see the original. I do
Yeah.
believe that. Um, and Deborah said, I didn't work on Robocop, but sat across from the actor for lunch while visiting. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I made a bad joke. I said, I hope no one stole anything in the cafeteria that day, because from Peter Weller. Yeah, you'll be in
Yeah.
trouble now, punk.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So cool. And So yeah, I'll have a nice little talk about AI and all that stuff for members coming up, because I had a little topic that I wanted to do on it. But let's get this party started for
All
real.
right. Yeah.
So I do have a visualizer that you guys will be able to see the movie with it'll be covered, unfortunately, but it will have closed captioning for you to see and be able to follow. And I would suggest really following with that closed captioning. I'm going to use a timer though for us to at least start off at the right spot. So where I'm starting off at the movie will be right where the MGM logo is going to be. So, all right. So,
No,
um,
okay. Let me get
the
my
way
copy up.
Yeah. And so the way I do this is that I count from 5 to 1. And after 1, that's when we'll all hit play. So and I usually take a few minutes to catch up to everybody, because since I'm doing so much. So give me a few moments to catch up with you. So, all right, let's do the countdown. 5,
All right.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hit play.
Come with us if you want to. Oh no, different movie. Yep. And we'll tell everyone where we are in the movie too, or if
Yes.
you get lost, let us know. Yep.
Let me see if this is the right setup I want.
Because sometimes there's different versions. Mine is 143:14 long. Sometimes there's slightly different versions, but
Um, that's right. Oh, and Gate of Marvel is here. Good to see you. And let me get this catch up with you guys.
yeah, there's great use of satire here. It's over the top.
Yeah.
And the actress on the right, she was on Entertainment Tonight, I think. So famous actress or a TV personality.
Lisa Gibbons.
Lisa Gibbons. Yep, yep. And the neutron bomb was a thing in the 70s. It was a nuclear bomb that would kill everyone by radiation, but not damage buildings, which is pretty horrific. Well, either way.
Okay, I may be a few seconds ahead. So I'll have to keep checking. Oh yeah, I have to slow this down. You pick your
Yeah, and that
yeah,
artificial
my
heart,
heart.
Jarvis heart was out. Yeah, back then. Yep, the first artificial heart transplant. Yep.
Oh, just Joe here. Hi
Hey,
there,
Just Joe.
Just Joe 96. Which one is this? The theatrical or the unrated one? I believe this is the theatrical, and there's a link to watch it on archive .org on the at the very top of uh, the chat. Ooh, DJ Knight's getting popcorn.
Yeah, good idea. And
And Swiss
Swiss
chocolate.
chocolate. Oh, I'm
Yum, yum,
biased
yum,
towards
yum.
the Swiss here. Yep. So it's just such a great setup.
Oh yeah.
Parody satire, but it's got a serious undertone to what's happening. Crime back then was taking off across the country too.
Mm.
So you had the big crime bill in the 90s, and so we had the crime in the 70s, and it's a typical, you know, cops versus the lawyers and
Corporations, yeah.
corporations. Yeah.
Wow, that place really looks gritty and just gross.
Yep. Yeah. Like Fort Apache, the Bronx, I guess.
He just loves putting like a unisex
Well, it's kind of like predicting the future too in some ways,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm not commenting good or bad. I'm just saying.
Unisex locker rooms.
Yeah.
Oh no, Fredrickson died, and so they're taking out his stuff. As usual. So this happens a lot.
Yeah.
You gotta have that moment when the guy cocks his gun and it's like
Yeah.
shoves it back in. That's like classic. You must.
And foreshadowing there with the Murphy tag. It's
Yeah.
going to come off the locker. Yep. Well, Just Joe said Starship Troopers had unisex locker rooms and showers too. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Verhoeven directed as well. Yep. Come get some.
Setting up that she's a toughie.
Yep.
This was such a different role for her.
Yeah.
Because prior to this, she'd played a lot of like sexy sex kitten characters.
Yep. Well, she's
Yeah,
cute too, but yeah, they
she's
they had
cute.
the haircut. They have the haircut here, and
But yeah, this was a
kind of make her look
completely
tough.
different kind of role for her. So seeing her in the movies theater was like, what? What's it was such a like shock for the first time way back.
And those cars are all Ford Tempos, which are really futuristic looking cars at the time, which is funny now.
Oh, yeah,
But
I love one thing I love about this movie is that he had this feeling like all of these guys were just like total bad guys, but some were
right.
just worse than others.
And Stunt Brad says,
Hmm.
that's right. Verhoeven retro knows my feelings about him after working on Total Recall. LOL.
Yeah. Ronnie Cox.
Here we go.
Oh, yes. Big scene, everybody. Oh, Perth, how you doing?
ALT.
Oh, yeah, Delta City. Oh,
Yep.
their pride and joy.
And of course, Detroit, everyone knows the history of Detroit and crime. And
Yes. And we watched Beverly Hills Cop last week. It was really good.
he's in Beverly Hills Cop too, of course. Yep.
Yes.
Great
Playing a
role
good
there, too.
guy.
Something better, something stronger, something faster. The $6 Million Man.
Oh boy.
Here we go. And this is stop
Ah,
motion.
yes, wonderful stop motion. I adore it.
And and real, everything's real. And I don't know how big of a mock-up they did of Ed, but now this is the scene that got the movie rated X.
Oh yeah,
So I
yeah.
don't know what version I'm
Yeah.
watching on my computer, but see how good that stop motion is? It's awesome. And the
Yeah, it
the
was
way
pretty
he
good.
pivots, I love the pivot. I wish I could find my Ed, but it just looks so mechanical and
Yeah.
foreboding there.
And the jerkiness I find to be even more threatening.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Urban pacification.
Right? And sell it to the military. Yep. That's what everyone's scared of too.
This is like some guy that they just picked.
Give
So
us a hint.
sad.
Look. Never point a gun at someone, Alec Baldwin. Yep. So what happened? They had to make this scene shorter because
Yes, that's what they did. They made this scene shorter because it was much longer and more. Paul Verhoeven loved it every minute.
yeah, rumbling.
See, that's when you run behind the machine because it's not
Yeah.
that, right? That's when you're just like, they're like, And somebody just pushes him out in the middle of like,
Yeah.
oh my
I've now helped
God.
That's brutal. Yeah.
Oh my God. The whole place is,
Pull the plug.
oh my God, what a disaster.
So they had to cut. It was even longer or worse. I don't know what.
Longer,
I'm
yeah.
not sure what version, but he just wanted to show horrible things where it could go out of control.
When you hear Paul Verhoeven like describe this scene, he's like so excited. Just uh just disappointed. It's
Very
only
disappointed. Yeah, they call us a glitch. Yeah. So they're playing politics.
Yeah. Risk factor. So they already have
They put Murphy
people with
there
the
to get killed. Yep.
yeah.
Based on his psychology and performance. Yep. Yeah, and some press saying, yeah, prolonged violence, the twisted mind.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's
they
over
knew
the
it,
top.
they were they
You don't need it.
yeah. Life in a big
Yeah.
city.
Too bad about Kenny. Yeah.
Dang.
It's all about the money and the profit. Yep.
So that twirling of the gun, that's his humanity. That's
Yep.
our recognition. That's something that he saw in probably in Western movies, and those are his identifiers as a human being.
That's a tell when, you know, DJ Laser.
And he considers himself a boy.
Yeah. And he's got a great voice too in the suit. What a phenomenal voice. You know, that's critical too. And he's got a very skinny frame too that could fit it.
Yeah,
That suit wasn't easy to wear. So
yeah,
you read about it, but like Anthony Daniels, you know, you got to
yeah,
have
yeah.
that physique. I'm not fitting in any Robocop suits. You burn the money. Too bad he doesn't say you're a dumbass like he does in that '70s show. You know, that was his
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
You're a dumbass. Yeah.
He is so intimidating and crazy in this. It's just so he like really, I would say, almost stole this movie with his performance. Woo!
And this is where it goes south quickly. Yep.
That was a nice moment there. Oh, you need to call for backup at this point. Where
Yeah, and you know, cars are not bulletproof, but that's some every movie does that. Where you know,
can you fly,
this is just
puppy?
so brutal here. Can you fly, Bobby?
Yeah.
Just No, don't care about human life. Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, the warehouse. Wow, that's how bad it is that they can't get any backup. So that okay at the end is very, very like, okay, he's like he's not sure what he wants to do there, but oh, Sunbread says, Verhoeven liked to torture the cast too, demanded like 20 takes of everything. Okay for the actors, stunts, not so much. Yeah.
I can only imagine. I mean, God, some of those
Stunts
stunts
are like, yeah,
one time.
they're really only meant to be done once or twice. I mean, you don't make them do like 20 takes on a stunt.
But I
Uh,
love Starship Troopers, but it's so interesting to hear about this behind the scenes stuff. Yep.
oh, really?
So he disrobed in front of everyone. Wow, for that. See, like you'd never know, if you watch a movie, and of course, you know, you're like, oh, there's a shower scene, or as a teenager, young kid, but you don't realize, today
I
people are a lot
see.
more sensitive to the actors and concerns, and
Yeah, no,
you shouldn't
no.
have to do anything you're not comfortable with or don't want to do. It's fine if
Yeah.
you do, but yeah. This scene reminds me of Batman a little bit too, 1989 Batman, but in a
Yes.
horribly way gone wrong.
Yeah.
Those things will kill you. Yeah.
Oh, the commercial.
Charles Radcliffe says they killed Kenny.
And that's
There you go.
another inkling of his humanity is that statement, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me."
This is just crazy going after these guys. Just two
All by
people.
yourself, yeah?
Yeah. But shows you his morality and courage and spirit. He's just not a normal guy, normal cop. Yep. That's
Yeah.
why that one line is just great writing where they place him here because they know this could happen.
Yeah. That's sad. And Tom Baker says Kubrick did 50 takes for starters. Yeah, that's too true. Kubrick was known for doing like multiple takes of,
Yeah.
especially when actors and stunt people were like doing something that was perilous or had like certain emotional. He wanted to get the rawest emotional aspect out of people.
And in the movie theater, you think, all right, they're gonna ransom him or do something. And then this scene is horrific. I mean, just
Oh yeah, guys, if you're really, really squeamish,
squeeze it,
you
skip
might
30
want to
seconds
look
of,
around.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
This really was bad in the movie
you might
theater. Yeah.
wanna, you might wanna turn away. This is really hard. And if there's kids around, you wanna take them.
Yeah, and he's a good guy that you're rooting for. Yeah, yeah. I can't
Oh
stand
God,
it.
no,
Yeah.
no, don't look, guys, don't look. Just torture. Ah.
Yeah, in the movie, like I can't believe they did that and they showed that. Yeah, it's like,
It was so, it's actually kind of
whoa,
well done,
give the man
like
a
to
hand. Yeah. Ugh.
show that graphically like that. They didn't have to, but it also showed how proficient that they were at special effects to do that.
Ugh.
That's crazy. How could he
There's
still
nothing
be
she can
alive?
do. He's got a vest on, but they're firing
Yeah.
shotguns. So depending on what, if they're not using deer slugs, the vest would stop that. But yeah.
Well, that's
And
about
this didn't
extra
get the
him.
X rating. This didn't get an X rating. The other
Yeah.
scene did, but this is worse than that. The other scene was almost comical in some ways.
Yeah.
In terms of it's horrible violence, but comical in what's happening. But this is just, especially if you like, I have family in law enforcement, or if a lot of people out there, I'm sure do too, or first responders, and just wanton disregard for life, and they're torturing the guy too. It's
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's the part that's really horrible about it.
Andrews, and definitely not the version I saw on TV as a kid. Yeah,
Yes. Oh, hi, Andrew.
yeah, yeah.
I think this is my second time saying hi to Andrew again. Yeah, the one that was they never did show that on TV, which was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw this in the theater when I was a kid, and we were like,
What the
I was
hell are they
really,
showing? Yeah.
yeah.
You've never seen, I mean,
They,
you'd see stuff like, Friday the 13th, or if but you'd never see something this graphic, I guess, like
yeah,
it's, or,
and I
or
was,
prolonged shots.
yeah, and I was like, wait a minute, they killed that guy. How could he? I guess they bring him back from the dead, but no, he doesn't totally die, does he?
Well, that last shot hits him in the head, so you're assuming
Yeah,
he's dead, but
I thought so too. Yeah, at this point, I
yeah,
was like, he's got to
you're
be
like, what's
dead.
happened? But of course, going in, it's Robocop. He's gonna become Robocop.
I really like the fact that they showed that from his point of view, he can't do anything, but he can see all of this stuff happening.
Yeah, you're assuming he's out, but you're wondering. Yeah, I guess the point of view is seeing that. Yep. And that's the
Uh,
cop show that his son was watching. Yep. TJ Laser. Yep.
yeah, and going through his memories, so well done to use this time as a means to do a little backstory on him.
And that's what they speculate too. When you pass, you might see your life flashes before your eyes, and you'd see
Ooh,
things. So
yeah. Oh wow, so graphic.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Do you really need to show the like? Do you need to show this? But you could show just like that profile. But in other ways, people think it, makes the movie too.
Yeah,
In terms
no,
of showing, because it's real, it could happen, and it shows you how bad these criminals are too when he deals with them later. So
I mean, oh, so he technically does die.
he does die, yeah. But it's in his contract. You find out later,
Yeah. Um,
that he donates. OCP can use his body. I mean, it's horrific, but yeah.
Yeah,
And
so good.
TVs back then would, with an antenna would roll vertically. So that's pretty common for
Oh,
just
oh
to make
yes.
it, back in the 80s. Yeah, your TVs would roll. You'd had a vertical control and horizontal control. You know, outer limits. Do not touch the horizontal. Do not. Yeah.
He's like, lose the arm, okay? Total body
Lose
prosthesis.
the arm. Yeah.
Such a jerk. What jerks.
There you go. Yeah. Lose the arm. Yes, his arm that was survived. Yeah.
Oh, I love this part.
Yeah. So that's him connected to the. Don't break my hand off.
I like the way he gets attached to Robocop.
Yep.
like his little pet, you know?
That's how we can rise up in the corporate world. Yep.
Yeah.
Command com that load BIOS. Yep. That would happen in an old DOS computer. Yep.
Ah.
Yeah, all in
That's
his
so funny.
perspective. Oop. Christmas parties, the HR nightmare.
Yes. Okay, Ojo, so good to see you. It says greetings from Raleigh, North Carolina. So good to
Nice.
see
That's a great town.
you. He's operational, guys.
Here we go. Yep. Of course, it did hit in the 50s here today, so it wasn't so bad.
Oh, really? I'm a
Near
lovely
New York
18
City.
degrees right now.
Ouch.
That's much better than minus 18 degrees, which we were like 2 weeks ago. So
Yep.
I'm
It did
proud.
warm up. And just such a great introduction to the rebirth as Robocop, too.
So rude.
He doesn't care, right? He is, but
Yeah.
yep.
He's like, what the heck is that thing?
Oh, Frankenstein's monster.
Guys, that's Murphy, your guy that only had 1 day of work as a
Yep.
cop.
And they don't want to get replaced either.
No. But at this point, if their lives are all in danger if something doesn't happen.
Right? So I'd kind
They're
of like
like,
to see it too, but you don't want to lose your job completely, right? Yeah.
yeah, well, some of them might be like, hey, sign me up to be the next Robocop.
This is before GPS.
Ew, ew, ew. It's applesauce, guys. This guy is so funny. What's his name?
Baby food, yep.
What's his character's name? Johnson. He's hilarious in this. I think seeing this scene was like so good. His movements were fantastic.
Yep. And now you're getting introduced to them slowly. They don't give it to you all at once. Yep.
Now, all those jerks and things that make him look robotic, that's all Peter Weller doing his thing.
Yep. making that costume. This is one of the greatest robot costumes ever.
Oh yeah.
Or cyborg, I guess. But yeah, it's just at this point you think he's a just a robot, though. Yep.
Yeah.
But you recognize
With
him
a human
too. That's
with a human face.
but you would
Or
recognize it in the
yeah,
voice.
yeah,
Too, yep.
just a human, just the lower part. So those guys
That
wouldn't
was important
recognize
there. Directive 4 classified. So what's Directive 4? Yep.
those guns are intense. Oh,
Yep.
but his is even more. Like, can I have that gun? Can I have what he's
Got a
having?
big gun. Who's that? And he can't miss. And then I think doesn't he put the gun away with the spin here?
I think so.
And the bullets go through his body. I think they
Damn.
in terms of reloading. Yep.
Yeah, there we go with the replacement. Oh, so that means he's got no legs because it's all machine.
Yep.
She
Just saw the spin.
recognizes.
Yep.
She recognizes the human and underneath all of that. Just go get him, boy. Oh man.
And as Kojo says, yeah, no 2000 AD Judge Dredd, no Robocop. Exactly. Yeah. Robocop.
Oh
is,
yeah, yeah. This
Judge
has like
Dredd in
a
so many ways. Yep.
yeah, Judge Dredd for sure.
Yeah.
I may be a few seconds behind ahead of you guys. Let me just go back
Pause for a
and
second. Yep.
yeah,
The music is so great in this too. The theme
isn't
very
it?
uplifting. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Oh yeah, definitely.
I'd buy that for $1. God.
Yeah.
I did send you a
But
link to all my clips from Robocop, or if you want to just download them for fun later. If you ever want to use any of them, feel free. I put in the
oh,
private
okay.
chat. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, what a psycho. Oh, he knew where the safe was.
Yep. But usually you don't put it under the beer cans out there, but yeah.
Oh no.
Miller Lite. I love this scene so much. This is such a comic book superhero scene
Yes.
in a R-rated way, but yeah.
The language in here is just
Yeah.
woo. Ooh.
Thank you for your quote. And then we got the commercials. I'd buy that for $1. Yeah.
So cool.
But where's the humanity, right? That's what people are scared of, like an AI cop. Humanity and judgment.
Oh yeah.
And this is one of the classic scenes coming up.
Yeah.
In terms of
This
justice and retribution.
This almost happened to me last year. No, this summer.
Oh, that's horrific.
I remember seeing this and I was like, this is crazy. That never happens to people. I'm like, no. To be
It almost
careful.
happened to you. Yep.
Yeah, it did.
Oh my God. What saved you? Some cop or
It
someone?
started pouring. outside. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, divine intervention."
Wow.
I would have been toast.
God. Protect the innocent.
Oh, I remember seeing that and it was like, "Oh my god."
He got what he deserved, right? Okay. It's okay.
She's like, "What the heck?
What?
You
And there's comedy in this scene, but that's one of the most horrific things that could happen to someone. And she
She's like, "What the heck?" How about
Yeah.
just put your arms around me and tell me everything's gonna be okay?
Yeah.
He
New
gives like
sheriff in town.
he gives a very, very simple explanation for her reaction. It's like, "You're in
Yep.
shock." K Ojo says, "RoboCop is the ultimate giga Chad." I love that.
Serving the public trust. Yep. Not if you've got Robocop. Yeah, Superman too, right? I mean, with the
Oh, yeah.
not the morality of Superman, but you can't hurt him all, Well, they always said you could just shoot him in the face, though. That why did they should have covered up his
Yes.
whole face, but you
Yeah.
get the emotion without acting with your eyes. You at least have his face to act, the lower
Yeah.
face. I want a new car.
He's like, "I don't."
SUX sucks.
Demands. He wants his job back and he wants a
That's the
car.
Blaupunkt stare. Yep, that was the stare to have back then in the '80s. Yep.
Oh boy, he's gone crazy.
That's a great scene. Yeah, through the wall. I love it.
Wow, so good.
Yeah.
And I love the way this is set up where he has this, like, he's getting the treatment of like, okay, he's proved that he's a good guy and he's really good at what he's doing.
Hmm.
And so then you have like, the people finally trusting him. He's like hanging out with kids, you know.
Yep. They're
So it's
humanizing him
really
there, and they're also using him for profit. And
this is so cool.
yep. And back then, the threat of the nuclear war and
It's so big.
nuclear freeze movement. No more military aid. Yeah.
That's it, guys. No more military aid.
Nuke 'em. Butler Brothers. Yep.
Oh man.
Well, now they've got Robocop. Everything will be safe. Yep.
Guess who's watching, guys?
Yep. Moving up in the world. Yep. And everyone's loved this actor in personal life. I've only heard good things about how nice he was. And
Oh,
Ferrer, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Look at the vantage point. And the other guy's like, oh, we're gonna.
Uh-oh.
And the guys are like, oh man, let's get the heck out of here. They're like, oh no. Is he in the bathroom? Oh man.
Be careful what you say when you say it.
He's like, he hasn't even finished.
Beat his pants. Yeah.
I love this scene. It's like, oh, now we know who's really.
Who's the boss? Yep.
I love that it's happening in a male's bathroom too.
Yep.
I like the way he stands his own though.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh. The spare parts, right? Yeah. Dick.
Oh, I love this part. You're like, oh, okay. It's just, corporate dudes talking, but he just takes it up another level.
Yep. Pretty powerful people.
Ooh, I love that. Ooh!
The wrong guy.
Look, if I would just be like, oh my God, if somebody grabs you by your hair and does that.
Yeah. Shows
I
who's
mean,
subordinate. Yep.
yeah. If you don't kick them in the face. This is so weird because it's like, what is he like? Is it getting passionate? What's happening? Oh
Yeah,
no!
they're gonna
Oh
kiss.
no!
They're not gonna kiss. Yeah.
No, he's grabbing his hair as an act of dominance over this dude.
Yeah.
Like, oh, ow, wow, my goodness. So funny.
Here we go. Here's our first glimpse, I guess, that there's a man still under this machine or in this machine.
Yeah. The pictures. Yeah, the dream.
Oh, look at the styrofoam container with the for the Big Mac. I noticed silly things like that. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Remember?
Yeah.
Now it's all made out of paper.
The styrofoam worked really well, though. I know it's bad for the environment, but yeah. And Mexico's a terrorist state now, yeah. So what just happened there? Yep.
Yeah.
He can't dream, right?
I love his neck movements.
And the costume design is so fantastic too, with the
Yeah.
even the back of the legs with those pistons on the back.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Just all the little details that they put into this. It just looks so real.
yeah.
And the sound effects, yep. Thunk thunk. Welcome, Dano.
Oh yeah.
You gotta recognize him. And she knows it's Murphy. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so glad she said that because he.
Yeah, because how could you not recognize him? At least they do that where it's
Yeah.
the trope of Superman with the glasses, no one recognizing Clark Kent.
What a jerk.
And she doesn't say anything, I think, for this product, yeah. But she doesn't say that's my partner Murphy.
Yeah. He is. He is. And that's the thing about it. It's like this is such an unlikable guy, but then he's also likable because
Yeah.
there's like there's an even worse guy that he's trying to kind of intercept with his program. So it's interesting. But it's oh
It's a great scene here. Well, they're all great scenes. And this guy's studying, working hard, trying to make his way through college during the number 7. I wonder what motorcycle. I'm a motorcycle nut. So I wonder was it a Kawasaki? I'm trying to say it. Plane geometry.
I say he's jealous.
Well,
He recognizes
there's the
him.
line. Yeah. And he freezes up. Yep.
Dude, you're shooting at the wrong spot. It's like there's one spot that you're not shooting at.
Yeah, I always said that. Yeah. Or
You're
you
missing.
should have had a shield that comes down or something to,
Ooh,
in
I
combat
like
mode.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Great cinematography there. Yep. He's not trying to kill him though, if you notice.
Yeah. So good. Like the artistically, that is
Yeah.
just so
Right. Yeah.
incredible. Great work.
Like even this
Like
shot here, that's coming through the database,
it's
the terminals there. Yep.
like it looks very it has that comic book feel to it where you get these shots where it's like private, like you would never see that shot unless you were like right there.
He's got his R2D2 moment here,
Oh yeah.
right?
Open the doors, R2.
Yeah. Oh, that bike was a Yamaha XJ600,
Ooh.
and I have that motorcycle actually.
You do? Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's why I look familiar. Yep. It's
K.
not running
Robert
right
says
now, but I do have it. Yep.
K. Robert says every kid wanted a middle finger spike after this.
Yeah.
Known accomplices. Oh, yep, all the known
Detective
accomplices.
work here. Yeah.
Yeah, great job. I love exposition in movies. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. But I love it when it's done like this, where it's sort of like a visual exposition.
Yeah.
And
Murder Murphy. Yep.
he finds
So
out
he's
about
gradually
himself.
realizing what happened to him. Yeah.
Yeah. The acting is so good because he's
Deceased.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. Even though half of his face is covered, you see there's a recognition there. Ugh, this music, so beautiful.
Haunting. Yeah, it's haunting. Yep. Yep.
My goodness.
For sale. Yep.
I got some trivia here. It says Peter Weller turned down a role in King Kong Lives in 1986 to star in this film.
Wow.
I think he made the right choice. Oh, sadly. Oh no. Oh, now he sees it.
Now the
Oh,
flashback here. Yep.
oh, I love that.
Yeah. And that's what our TVs used to be like. Yep. On the
Yeah.
stand there. Yeah.
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 I don't know about you, but that stand would be filled with stuff.
Yeah. The Atari was under there with all the games. Yep.
Yeah.
They're a little futuristic there with this computer in the
Oh,
kitchen.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
World class husband. Yep. So they didn't completely wipe his mind. Yep.
Yeah.
They do a good job of making it look like a alternate future a little bit with some of the gadgets and
Yeah.
camera there. That's looked like a Polaroid camera to me, but they change it just a bit. So this is not supposed to be set. 20 years in the future. It's almost like an alternate history where an alternate future we're more advanced at the same time. Yep.
Aw.
And that's where RoboCop 2 gets into this a little bit more, and then they go away from it, and that's when the movie. Those are the parts I really like the most, where they're exploring his lost humanity in RoboCop 2.
I love that part because you could see when he's walking, he's like,
Yeah.
and then his jaw locks. It's just great.
Arrest mode.
He's looking for a suspect. Such great neck move, like the way he's like.
Yeah, the costume I'm sure aids that, but he does a fantastic job.
You have to be able to know how to do this. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you can't kick him in the gonads. He doesn't have any.
I always like this
Let's talk. Yeah.
this actor, Ray Wise.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah. Oh, guys, this moment here. Oh no. Oh, Tom
What are
Baker
they doing
says
with all
Total
that?
Recall was
Yeah, what are they doing with
also
all that
about lost
chalk?
memories. Yes. No. Hopefully, you guys took the kids out of the room.
Yeah. This is a very toxic scene here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mind is a terrible thing to waste. Yeah. They're competing. And just because he's a corporate bigwig now.
It must be the champagne. Oh, this is one of the best lines ever. It's so wrong.
Yeah. Nope.
Every time he says that, it's just like
It's just leave. Yep. That's we're out of here. Do you know who I am?
yeah. Oh. Ah, this is so sinister.
You can get Robocop legs.
And Total Recall did something similar. Like there's a lot of similarities between the two
Yeah.
movies.
We could have been friends. It's such a great delivery.
Yeah. Specifically shot him in the leg so he couldn't get away from this.
So he's got to push the pin down on the grenade. I'm cashing you out, Bob. Oh, you almost got it.
Oh man. They have like a whole production team.
Yeah. Nothing to say for
Crazy.
him to turn him into a Robocop, though.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
He's already drinking wine.
Yeah.
Also, this is I think I will
Yep.
say, like, cocaine was, like, at the pinnacle of this
Yeah. Back then. Yep.
at this era.
And he used the same line, "Good business is where you find it." Same guy that Dick did. Yep. Oh, Lance is in the chat.
Oh, hey, Lance. Let's see. Lance, you just in from raving. So Retro Mark took 14 people to see the opening night of Robocop for my 17th birthday. The Odeon Marble Arch,
70 millimeter. Wow.
7mm, the biggest camera in Europe at the time. Oh, cool.
Cinema. Yep. Yep. I'd buy that for $1. I'd love to be at that birthday party. That's awesome.
I
Your
know,
friends must
right?
have been happy. I took my friends to see Green Lantern on my birthday a few years ago, and I'm still getting crap for it years later. They all hated the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds. So
Oh, I enjoyed it, but
I didn't think it was bad, but I
yeah.
get even Ryan Reynolds didn't like it. So my friends like, my birthday's in June, so middle of June, so it's always summer movies are out. Like, you're not going to take us to a crappy movie again for your birthday this year. Like, I paid for you guys. You can't complain.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah. I didn't like the end. Well, we won't get into that.
Oh no, yeah,
Parallax,
that's
yeah.
oh man, yeah.
But Reynolds was good as Green Lantern. Yeah. We needed more of the Space Corps and more off of Earth stuff, I thought. But yeah. See the way he
Oh
pauses
boy.
and says trouble. Yep. Yeah, he should have a shield that comes down to cover his face there.
I think so too.
Because you're getting ricochet hits off of that. Yep.
Ooh. The sound effects of the guns are just so brutal. And pretty much like every Paul Verhoeven movie, it seems like they're like really have extra punch,
Yeah, and he just shoot. Yeah. And he can't miss with the computer controls either, so it's like playing someone who's cheating in Fortnite with the auto aim bot.
Ooh. Look at that pose. He's gone. Oh no, he's still alive. One left.
Saving Clarence for last. Yep.
It's so funny because he was making his crime boss move.
Oh. I know you.
Yeah, because he was protected because one of the guys from
You can't do this.
he gave away Dick Jones.
Yeah.
Uh,
Red Foreman. Oh yeah, Red Foreman from that '70s show. Yep.
Lancy says the screen was the size of the city block from end to end, twice the height of the house The audience were so into the movie. Oh yeah.
Uphold the law. It can't kill him. Yeah. Well, that's why I love going to the IMAX. The real IMAX is amazing. There was one in Norwalk, Connecticut, where the aquarium, and they'd show movies there. It was so phenomenal. But closed. It's got got closed down and torn down now. Because it makes the movie going experience so much better when you've got great screen presentation. So if you have a chance to go see the Dolby Digital, the Dolby theaters are wonderful.
Oh
The
yeah.
sound and the reclining screen. If I'm going to go to a movie, I pay the extra just for the experience. So he's a cop killer. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's all he needs is that phone call, and he'll be out in no time.
Yep. Delta City, the future is a silver lining. Yeah.
He knows where Robocop is. It's coming to him.
Yep.
And guess because this is really.
I love that building. I wonder if that's a glass matte painting.
Oh, that it might be, but there were a couple of buildings that they said that had like a futuristic look to it in Mexico, or was it
Okay.
Mexico? Yeah, in Mexico, and so this might be one of the buildings.
Okay.
It might also have a blue screen around it because sometimes they'll block out the sky and put a green screen on it,
It's
and put
amazing how much
whatever
green.
background they want.
Well, I'm
Blue
guessing
screen,
that's what that is, but that looks great. But
yeah.
like the new Ghostbusters movie, I saw clips where it was all green screen, like they, instead of going to New York and filming,
Oh yeah, yeah,
all green screen. But you got to lose something as an actor, I'm sure, too. With
yeah,
that looked real to me. I mean, I'm in the New York area, but
yeah. Dick Jones is ready for him.
Directive number 4.
Just
And
so
hi to
well
Tracy's
constructed.
Fractured History and more.
Oh, Tracy, hi. So good to see you. Just stop by to say hello. I miss you. Oh, it's so good to see you as well. I miss you too. And I think last week Joseph Begay gifted you a membership. So you're one of the members. So
Great.
good. So good. Oh yeah, he can't do anything. I love that. That was like
Product violation. Yeah.
that was the big blow in the theater. People were like, "What?"
Directive 4. I like he's 2 steps ahead of everyone here. Ahead of
Directive
Bob. Yep.
4.
Brilliant. Nope.
Oh, this is so good.
Well, they need the third act to have, you think Robocop's got everything under control, but they need this third act to. Your hero's got to go have a downfall. Well, not a downfall, but go through.
To be vulnerable. Yeah. And he's definitely outmatched with at 09. Like you see, like for the first time after getting shot, there's actual damage.
Yep.
Like, yeah, look.
Yeah, it's like Rocky. Rocky's got to go down for the count, or not down for the, take his punches and then when he finally triumphs, it's all that much better.
Yeah, that was all stop motion.
Looks great though. Yes.
Yeah, it looks really fantastic.
You can tell it's not
Woo!
motion, but it's so well done.
Yeah. And like Peter Weller is just doing it, like really selling it.
Oh yeah.
And he only has one gun, but it's enough to really do a lot of damage at this point. Oh, here we go. This is the point where we're like, oh snap.
Yep, it's not gonna go well here. Yep.
And he's
But
like,
he
up,
uses his brain here too, which is good. So
like, what? With the steps?
yeah.
There's
Plus,
nothing
how
for me
big
to
is
grab
this?
on.
How big is this staircase too? Right? I mean,
Yeah. He says, okay, I'm gonna
that
try.
robot's way too big. Yeah. That's the crazy. That design is so ridiculous because you could never go inside a
And
house
then
or anything.
it's like wailing like a child.
Yeah. I've fallen and I can't get up.
I kind of like that. It was like wailing like a little child. I was like,
Yeah.
oh. Let's see. And oh, Truth Be Told is here. Hello, Truth Be Told says,
Hello.
yo, Retro, start doing your reviews again weekly. You was onto something. Big love, bless up. I am working on some reviews right now. There's some longer ones and some shorter ones. So I am working on reviews again. It's just been really crazy with New Year. I've been having some real problems personally, but otherwise, you guys I am working on reviews again. I got 2 in the holster for sure. Ooh. Oh, by the way, thank you for requesting them because I love when you guys request things from me because it lets me know what you guys want from the channel. So thank you. This was so sad. They turned against him so
Yeah,
quickly.
they're supposed to be on his team. Yep. And the music's still got that uplifting music. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the cops are doing this this is what happened to him in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And the way he slides over here, it's just oh, doing anything he can to get away. Yeah.
He's like, please help me. It's really kind of interesting. We have this guy who is the super cop.
Yep. I don't know how she could even lift him or move him, but
Yeah.
we won't
And
mention that. Yeah, it's a movie. Yep. It's a
these
movie with a Robocop. Yep.
these those weren't exactly the cops, those were the SWAT guys, right?
Yep.
And they were like, we're firing on the cops anyway. They could have
Yep.
held their fire for her.
The 6,000 SUX is like 8.2 miles a gallon. Oops.
Oh wow.
And that was Reagan's Star Wars defense.
Ah.
See? Santa Barbara. Shot against Reagan there. Yep. course, these missile shields did end up working, and some people credit them helping to end the Cold War. But yeah.
Love that.
No guarantees, man.
Look at this one.
Got a fancy suit.
Yeah. Oh, what a jerk.
Yeah, God. Keep the gum.
Look at his face. He's smiling.
Yep. It's all about the profit. All about
Yeah.
the dollars. Money
Yeah.
and power, right?
Like that little giggle he gives at the end.
Richard.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we are the military. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Military industrial complex. Yep. And she doesn't have a huge role in this. Big role, but not a ton of screen time. But she does a lot with the screen time that she has.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really interesting because she like you said, she doesn't have a lot of screen time, but it's utilized excellently, and she really grabs hold of that role to the point where I think a lot of people think that she's one of the assets of the movie, one of the biggest assets of the movie.
Yeah, she grounds it, and she's a quote unquote sidekick, but friend and compatriot. Yep. And this is horrific too when she
Oh my god.
takes his
Yeah, like
takes his helmet off finally. Yep.
you see the screws and how deep it is.
Yeah. Well,
Ooh.
I hope
What
they paid him extra for that. Talk about a stunt, Brett. Hey, right? They go through your head
Well,
with some screws.
it's probably a retractable screw
Yeah.
thing that they have got on there. I hope it is.
Well, yeah, that was a probably it was just the prop. You don't see his face. There's nothing. Yeah.
Oh, shit. I love the way
And
they
this
have it in
freaks
that
you out.
broken mirror where it's like all weird. Such like a magic mirror, whatever. And then you see his face. Oh, what a
Yeah.
great makeup. He's like, what?
What happened to me? Yeah. Yeah, he said in the third person. Yep.
They even have the bullet entry when they shot him on his forehead.
Yep. The makeup is so good though with the face there. That's like it's not in reality. It's him in there, but it looks like
Yeah.
it's just half a face. I mean,
I love the way she was just about to reach for him, and he says, "Leave me alone."
yep.
It's like, she was like, "Ah, I'll buy that for $1. It's still
$1.
on TV."
Yep. And with Robocop out, things are going to hell again.
The girl, she's like,
Yep. We've had our shots. Oh no.
the gang's all back together now.
Yeah. They have one, right? They've got the power. They're connected to OCP. Is that that's a 6,000 SUX. There we go.
6,000 sucks.
I remember Saturday Night Live did a skit years ago where it was like a luxury car, but it looked horrible on the outside, so no one would steal it. I think it was set in Detroit too. It's like the inside was beautiful, but no one will mess with your car. It looks so bad on the outside.
Oh.
50 caliber. It's my new car.
Wow, they were right next to that explosion.
I like it.
Let me check to see if I may be ahead of you guys. Let me just, I don't know how my computer does that.
Yeah, my computer it goes a little bit faster sometimes too, so I got to keep.
Um, it's a few seconds faster. Okay, I think I caught up, I think.
And of course, they're using not so nice language there.
Not so nice language. Stunt Rat says, "Where did I go, my sweet retro girl? My favorite film is Wizard of Oz, and hers is RoboCop." Oh my goodness! Did I do a watch party for Wizard of Oz? So at one this year, I want to do if I haven't done it, Wizard of Oz. But also, we got to do Honey, I Shrunk the Kids too, because I really want to do that one.
Well, Wizard of Oz can be pretty scary too. I mean, come on.
Oh, it's
You got
fantastic.
the flying monkeys. You got,
Oh,
that was scary as a kid,
uh,
but not this level of graphic and gore, obviously. Yeah. Recalibrating.
I love this scene as you can see that he's like
Yeah, the graphic of the shooting the baby there too, right? Yeah.
Oh, the boys are back to their hideout. Oh boy.
And this is one of the worst scenes. I keep saying that, but
Yeah.
I think this, other than the beginning, this scene really freaked me out. Yeah.
And one thing I like to say about him is that he's becoming more and more human. We took off the visors and now his face is completely revealed. We're getting to see his real face
Yep.
and we're getting a little bit more of him. He knows he's Murphy now. So we're getting that that recognition of who he truly is. Ooh, oh, messed him up. He's gone. He's down. Oh, you guys need some
Great fight.
Robocop aiming. That one dude's down. And one thing I will say, like all of these characters in here are really like quite impressive. Like as far as bad guys, you're like, oh my god,
Yep.
the Robocop villain list is so crazy. Oh yes, 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 yes.
Here we
Here we
go.
go.
Oh,
Dude, wrong move. Don't do that.
oh no.
Oh,
No, not this scene. This is like freaked me out
so
so much.
gross.
Yeah. This just like killed me. Oh. But he deserves it, I guess, but
It's just so sick.
I'm like, how did they do the makeup on that?
So crazy.
He didn't get turned into the Joker.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you want to get
Yeah.
turned into the Joker, not this guy.
Yeah. I got slimed.
Ew.
Yeah, help me. Yeah.
God, God.
It's like
Oh, poor
Toxic
guy.
Avenger time, yeah.
Yes. I love the way he's like, ew, oh my
Oh.
God, get away from me.
And the criminals, right? They have no sympathy, so yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Oh, oh my god.
he was so gooey. Oh my God.
Oh. I hope the stunt person didn't turn to goo.
I think they've got to have like
Yeah,
a
yeah, I
on
know. Yeah, I'm
impact. They
joking.
had to have a dummy.
That was a dummy. Yeah, I know, but it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Ooh, oh, she gets all
Oh,
messed up.
he's a good shot too. Unfortunately.
I
Yep.
was like, I was so excited. Well, I'll later. Oh, the other guy is still there. He's like, okay, I got some backup.
He gets
He
rid of
was
his gum.
chewing gum. He was chewing gum the whole time. He's like causing havoc.
God, she's still moving too, which is amazing. Yep.
Hey, now wait a second.
We got the
Let's do
magnet
it.
here. And Rick says, "Dude somehow got Cronenberg in the middle of a Verhoeven movie." It's a good point.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
No,
Oh.
you didn't. Get what you deserve. Yep. It's like even though he's so powerful yet, still gets beaten up and
Oh. Dang. That's so cruel. Oh my God. What a way to go.
I'm a mess.
They'll fix you. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Now,
And then you're like, they're gonna turn Lewis into Robocop. Yeah.
well, that's what I thought. I
Right?
thought for sure like we were gonna get a RoboCop 2 with Lewis. And so I never saw that. And so I was like, ah, they messed up. Oh man, look at that cop car.
Yeah, couldn't you got a different car? I guess that was yeah. I'm a cop.
Ooh. Those guns come in handy, right? Those
Yeah. Especially
military
the
guns.
50 caliber, yep. An explosive round.
Dang. All there is just legs.
Yeah. So you get your comedy in with the horror. Yeah. It's just like wah, 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 wah. Weebles wobble and they do fall down. And this is just a great ending.
Yeah.
Great twist on the directive here.
I love the way he's finally showing some fear.
Company.
Whoa.
Records everything.
And I love the fact that that thing has like blood stains all over it.
Of course, there was no fake video back then. But yeah.
Yeah.
And why do they leave a loaded gun in the boardroom? But that's another question. You're fired.
The falling bad guy. Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. A trope in many movies, but also, you know, something that we really needed in this film. Actually, it
And the
was
old man is smart
terrible.
enough to realize that, right? You know, you're
Yeah.
fired.
Yeah, yeah.
Murphy.
He's accepting his reality, his
Yep.
humanity. He's finally blended the most available part of his humanity to
He's
be
back.
upfront. Yeah, so good. I love that.
When
And
Charles says that's an M82 50 caliber, yeah, it looked like a 50 cal to me, with just being that big, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, here we go. There
There
we
we go.
are.
Don't make me too big. I'm big enough already.
Oh my goodness. And Rick Manalis is here. How are you, Rick? How are you doing? Dude somehow got Cronenberg in the middle. That's right. We we laughed at
That's a
that
great
one.
line. Great,
Oh,
great point.
yeah.
Yep.
And Keith E was like, fly from the fly 1958. Help me. Oh
That's one
man.
of the things that scared me the most as a kid too. That line. Yeah, help me. And I saw that movie as a young kid just on TV, and that gave me nightmares. That scene.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Um, that was yeah, just that movie was really incredible. And then the remake of it was really a great job.
Cronenberg body horror. Yeah, oof.
Yeah. And Andrew says, thanks for watching it with us. Oh, my pleasure. This is
It was a
just
lot of fun.
really, oh, yeah, it is a lot of fun. And I love Robocop. It may be a tad violent and maybe some naughty words, but it also has, a great deal of storytelling that is very primal. Um, I just enjoy it so much, and I do kind of like I don't know, I kind of like the violence. I feel so bad for saying I like
Yeah,
the violence.
Brad doesn't like it. We know. Yeah, yeah.
It just feels funny saying that, but I kind of do like the visceral, like insanity of it all.
Well, it's a
A
satire, right?
tad
So it's a tad.
violent,
Yeah, it's a satire. But I mean,
yeah.
but if someone's getting shot, it's. I mean, some they kind of sanitize the violence too in some ways. So you can
Yeah,
only imagine how. Thankfully, I've never seen anything like it, but you can only imagine how horrible it would be to actually see. So, in some ways, yes, it's a satire over the top, but yeah, if people are getting shot and killed, you don't want to make it look sterile either. So, yeah, maybe they're
yeah,
taking it too far here, but that's his style. And then, he's got the commercials, and of course, in Starship Troopers, I think he takes it to another level in terms of,
oh yes.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I mean, just insanity, some of the moments that are just so graphic. That's the thing. It's not just the violence, it's the graphic nature of it. You see
yeah,
blood spurting, you see like the details of bones and
yeah,
all the things that the camera turns away from on other films. He like zooms in and like
yeah. He
and makes
doesn't
you,
doesn't doesn't flinch about it. Yeah, but
yeah, makes
it's
you
just
like witness the violence.
yeah, when he
Which
gets his hand shot off there, especially that, like the first scene in the
how
boardroom.
awful.
It's as I said, it's a guy horribly getting shot, but it's kind of comedic with the robot there, and where he's
Yeah,
dropped the gun, but then when you see his, that's one of the things that stuck with me the most. Seeing in a movie theater and just seeing his hand get blown away, and they keep
uh,
showing it too. A lot of times, so maybe he didn't have to do that, but it also just illustrates how terrible what's happening to Murphy there. So
yeah. It's not. And I think it means something because sometimes when you're watching, like, let's say we're watching like Star Wars and someone's hand gets cut or something, there's no blood, and so
yeah.
it's still like, okay, they just had their hand, like, it's just
Well, the lightsaber
moving.
cauterizes the wound. That's what
Yeah, yeah, so no
Luke's
big
hand gets
deal.
cut off. It cauterizes it.
And
Yeah,
and not for nothing, but a lot of movies today, like, will refrain. They'll use the CGI blood because it's much easier to contain. But
yeah.
then there are some movies where I was watching just the trailer for the Sony movie Craven, and
Okay.
I'm like, where's the blood at for some of these things? So it doesn't. I feel like if when you go this graphic route, you really show the damage this is really taking on human life, and that this is no small matter. Like,
Yeah.
and even though I mean, it is a bit much. I still value that in a movie like this. So I
And
don't.
Lance has some great points in the chat here.
Okay.
When oh,
RoboCop paved the way for the humor in Starship Troopers. Yes, that is so true. Let me continue to go
Yep, yep,
down. Okay, Ojo says Paul is from the Netherlands. That explains a lot. Okay. And Summer says, yeah, graphic violence in almost every scene. Yikes. And sexual, you know, connotations as well. And Past Creative Land says, I I could tell that what's when that scene with ed209 happened in the cinema with a live audience of 1,000 people, you could hear them laughing at the same time saying, I should be laugh I should be laughing.
yep,
I'm not sure if something got mixed up there, but yeah, everybody started laughing. Yeah, it was a funny scene. It was done with humor. Um, and he also says that line when that line comes, Dick, I am very disappointed, which lets the audience
yep.
know it's okay to laugh. Yeah,
No, that's a great point. Yeah, because it does. That's the director leading you on, where that's such a funny, ridiculous line. Although
yeah,
also showing how terrible he is, because he doesn't care that one of the guys on the board coworker just got murdered. It's it's just going to screw up the company profit.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
who cares about the human lives? You know, lives
Yeah.
lost. So yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you're only disappointed, you're not appalled and
yeah.
outraged. Yeah. And we got Cece in the chat and says, I love RoboCop. So do I. So do I. But my definitely my favorite movie, of course, is everybody knows Terminator. That's my favorite movie of all time.
Terminator's number one. Yep.
Yeah, that's my
And what
number one movie for me.
and what about Aliens? How does that rank too? Is
Oh,
that
that's
that's
like a top three. It's like
top three? Yeah.
yeah, it's really good. Aliens, and Terminator,
And
and
what would be
then
number three?
I'm not sure if it's number 3 or number 2, but Empire Strikes Back
Yeah.
is close in that top 3. So all the wild movies,
Right.
all the shocking movies, like oh my
Sweet retro nerd
god.
girl. Yep. Aliens. Yeah.
It's
The
not one of
best.
the
Yeah.
princess movies like
Yeah. Right.
it's not like Cinderella or Snow White. It is one of the
Well,
blow 'em up action movies.
you never know what people like, right? You know,
Oh yeah,
don't always assume. Yep. You know.
yeah, and actually, like Arnold Schwarzenegger movies from like the 80s and 90s, those are just like incredible to me. So, some of my favorite movies. And Tom Baker says, "Did you Hollow Man? Oh, did I do a Hollow Man watch along? No, I didn't. Hollow Man is not exactly my favorite movie. I did see it once, and I was like, okay, that was enough. But
What
I
was that one
should.
about? What was that Hollow Man? What
It
was
was
that
sort of
one?
like a Invisible Man kind of thing.
Visible. Okay, so I'm trying to. Maybe I did see
Kevin
that. Yeah.
Kevin Bacon, and
Oh, come back. Yep, yep. Oh, I did see that. Yep, yep,
and
yep.
I should probably revisit it because I'm finding that a lot of movies that I didn't like in the past, I'm like, okay, give it another watch
Give it a chance.
and
Yeah.
then mature, yeah. And my tastes have changed a little bit. And a little bit more open, so I'll try that. Uh, and DJ Knight says, "LOL, I've been seeing the ads for the movie on ABC." Oh, for Hollow Man. Okay. And Rick says, delayed thank you, Keith. And said, and hi all, just made it to the end. Looking forward to the rewatch. Yes, and don't forget at the very top of the chat, you will find a link so you can watch the movie if you don't have it. And Semret says, Retro, I'm disappointed, LOL. You're not horrified?
She's got to do better. Yep.
And then
Change
August
your taste
Creative
in
says,
movies. Yeah.
I know, sorry guys. I love action movies. And especially from the 80s and 90s. But I do love some of the conspiracy theory movies from the 70s as well. And
Like the spy thrillers or
yeah, there's some really good
okay.
ones from
Yeah.
the 70s that they had in the early 80s. So I like those
Yeah.
too. And Outcast Creative says, good to see you, Stembrat. Just and from dancing for 7 hours, and was the best time. Oh, that sounds great. I love dancing.
Wow, 7 hours of dancing, that's impressive. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, that'll keep you in shape.
Wow, yeah, that's great exercise, yeah.
it's really good for the heart and, just, keeping, your body, in
Keep
shape.
moving.
So I do a series, during the week of, different dance sessions, but sometimes they're like 15-minute intervals, and that's like 3 songs, and it's really great, to keep in shape. And okay, Ojo says maybe we should do Inspector Gadget 1999 in memory of Michelle Trachtenberg. Rest in peace, Michelle Trachtenberg. Okay, I'll have to put that on. I do have
That's a
some
fun
things
movie.
set up. Yeah, some movies set up. Um, and I will add that to the list, but it might be a while. It might be a while. Oh, okay. So that was DJ Night. RoboCop got the ads for. Did not know that. Okay, I didn't know you were that there were ads for it. So it must be on time. And Kiki says, please post a link to Mark's channel.
Oh, thank you,
Do
Keith,
you
yep. I
have
do have
one
the link, yep.
handy?
I do have
Just
yep, I
pop
have
it
a
right
handy
on
Google
in.
Doc where I save all my stuff, so
I know.
how'd
I
you get all
have
the
that.
links so quickly? So
I
thank you
have
very
it
much,
too, but
guys.
I have a terrible, well, it's doing good today, so I got good,
Computers.
internet, so sometimes I can get to my links really easy that way, and sometimes I can't. Yes, so there is Mark D with a C's, link to his channel. It's a wonderful channel,
Thank you.
with great conversations. Sunday nights, right? You have
Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Yep, Sunday Night Geekery, and then we talk. What happens during the week. So a lot of Captain America, Brave New World talk. I was just did a review of on the show of the new friendly neighborhood Spider-Man cartoon, which I really liked. I know something's kind of
Ooh,
divisive, but I like the way they got Peter Parker right. Some of the things I really don't like about the design of the show or certain things,
okay.
but so we'll talk about food or barbecue or toys or whatever the chat, whatever, how it is streaming when you just keep going
Yes.
and someone brings up something. And so those usually have a few set topics. And I got to try to watch the Reacher show. And of course, next week, Daredevil comes out. So with my buddy
Oh,
Nick Weiser
Daredevil. Okay.
on his channel on Tuesday night, we're going to do a live reaction review after the first 2 episodes of Daredevil hit. So they're releasing so I'll put Nick's channel link in there too. And I'm on there every Tuesday night for Toxic Tuesday. We review toxic movies. So I'm
Oh,
always there, and I do the slideshow for that and do the media on that show. So that's a lot of fun, that show. So let me but it's it can get very toxic. Just warning.
just a warning,
Warning.
everybody.
A warning.
Toxic.
Yeah. So, but Nick Weiser's a good friend, and he's got a great channel too. So I'll be on his show channel Tuesday night reviewing Daredevil Born Again, and I'm a huge
Oh,
huge Daredevil comic book fan too. So
are you
comics in
gonna
general.
be watching Andor when it comes out?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch because I did enjoy Andor, and of course Disney Star Wars. We won't get into all that controversy, but
Oh, sure.
when
Yes.
they do put out something good, I think you got to give credit and if you like it, but like whatever you like is I always said, and our
Hmm.
buddy Clobbering Time said too. So don't be afraid to say if you do like something, like what you want to
Yes.
like,
Valentine.
but there's been some good, like that new Spider-Man cartoon. I know it was controversial, but
Mhm.
I'm not gonna not say that I don't like something, because of it's
Oh,
Disney or
or a whole bunch of people said that they
well,
didn't like it. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
just
it's so important for us to really share our views, especially if they're diverse or different from what everybody else says, because we need all the different points of view. Like, let's say somebody sees the RoboCop and they see it in a different light. We could get different perspectives, and I love that.
yep,
I do. Just want to remind everybody too, though, that Mark does these really cool doomsday machines.
yep.
How would you call it?
Well, it's
Printing,
the
3D printing?
3D printing. Yep, 3D printing. Yep. So I'm gonna put on some Daredevil stuff too. I think with Daredevil coming out on the eBay site for sale. So
Okay.
I did a really cool. It's down in the basement, but I had a really cool Daredevil bust. And yeah, it's amazing what you can do with the 3D printers because I love statue. If you look, I did the office tour a few weeks. Was that last month on? Showed you some of the stuff in the office, but these statues are fantastic. But with a 3D printer, you can make your own toys / collectibles. And
Oh yeah.
I'm not a great painter, but I mean, especially if you're a really good painter too, you can. Some of these things I've see fans do. It's just unbelievable, and you get stuff at a really it's not costing you hundreds of dollars, and you take
Yeah.
pride in
Yeah.
something that you make too, or you paint or
Mhm.
you print, or and if there's like I love Blake 7, so I did the Liberator for Blake 7,
Oh.
and that's not a very common ship to find. And I remember showing
Yeah.
that, and people were just blown away. I didn't design it, I printed it, but I had to paint it and put it together. And it's fun things like that where if there are some custom resin models out there, but certain things that are really tough if you're a fan of Blake 7, to be
Yeah.
able to print the Liberator. It's just so much fun. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, I have to talk to you about printing something. I'll bring it
Sure.
up to everybody that's watching right now. Um, I, and if I do this, it'll be like a special thing for the channel members or channel people that are watch the channel a lot and familiar faces. So, what do you guys think about retro coins? I don't know. I always wanted to
Oh
do
yeah,
like
that's
a
cool.
like a coin for the
Yep.
community because I'm actually building out the retroverse, in which there will be some content on that because I want to document some of my adventures um, in the um, in the galaxy, kind of just um, documenting that and also sharing some cool stories with you guys. So, retro coins, is that something you think maybe you could
That's pretty
do?
cool. Well, let us know in the chat. But like, I did coasters for Nick Weiser. It's on the 3D printer, so
Posters.
you can do colors. You can do color, right? So
Yeah.
I did Nick Weiser, and I was on the Sci-Fi Model Guy last. Do I have Oh, I don't have the coaster with me, but I did a coaster for him. I'm sending him a bunch of coasters. Like there's like a Starfleet Academy coaster. So with the printer with the 4 colors,
What?
you could never, painting that. Yeah, you could do it, but it'd
Yeah.
be really time consuming and really
Yeah.
difficult to get. But you can just print with the colors. And let's see, do I have? Like I did this for fun. We're reviewing Ferris Bueller on Nick's channel, so I did save Ferris coaster.
Oh yes. Oh my God. I hope you have more of those. I would buy one of those.
Yeah, I'll get you one. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, but coins are. I know there's some websites where you can order the coins,
Okay.
for your channel. Our buddy Cardinal Sin, who passed away a few years ago, unfortunately, but he had a challenge coin, and his brother, after he passed away, his brother was so nice, he sent us, uh, friends, some of his things. And I like, did you have any of the
Oh,
Cardinal Sin
Cardinal
coins?
sin.
Yep. So here's his coin that he
Yeah.
had
And if you guys
challenged
don't
coin.
remember, Cardinal Sin was a really great YouTuber, did a lot of really extensively long marathon streams. Really cool guy, and unfortunately he passed, but we still remember him after all these years. His channel is still up though, right?
Still up, yeah. I just posted the link. So if you haven't seen some of his content,
Yeah.
it gets a little, I love the guy. But a little art, late night. Who's the guy? Art Bell. A little bit of Art Bell, but I loved it. Like aliens and so his show was out there. Sometimes it was just so much fun, and he was a
Yeah, some
musician.
random things too, yeah, that were in that show, but it was sometimes very delirious
Yeah,
because he
he
had
was.
been up for
Yeah,
like too many hours. So yeah, just a
yeah.
fun character.
He was actually in a band with Patty Jenkins as when he was young. So she played in his band. So that was his, and so he had a lot of his music, like punk music, but it was really good. So you can, some of the streams, he was, you could play his own music on there. But he was in a band with Patty Jenkins. He was sharing pictures. It was amazing. Yeah. And also, if you're a fan of sliders, he had some really he was friends with the creator of Sliders, Tracy Torme, who
Oh, wow.
passed away also recently. But they were talking about trying to reboot the show at the time. It didn't happen. But if you're a Sliders fan, look on Cardinals channel for he had Tracy on several times, and God, it was interesting. Yep.
Yeah,
But,
and Keith E says, Retro, wait to see if they find the gold in Fort Knox before you make a coin.
I've got all the gold in my house. If anyone's watching, yeah, it's in my basement. Yeah.
And I wanted to say hi to Mark Kelly. Hello. Good to see you. Yeah, that if you guys want, I do want to do a coin, because it would be really cool, to have a coin. Or I mean, coasters sound
Yeah,
really great too.
I could do coasters too. Yep, yep.
Yeah, coaster is more functional, right? I would
Yeah,
say.
coaster's functional. The other thing I've been doing too is those light box signs, so you can make your logo into a light box. So that's kind of fun too. So you put LED lights in it. It's like one
Yeah.
of my really good friends, Brian. His wife was is a huge Buffalo Bills fan, and I felt so bad for her. You know, I'm a Giants fan. Go Giants! But you know, with what happened in the playoffs, so I made a Buffalo Bills light box to send
Oh,
to her. Like, you're not in the Super Bowl. Here's a consolation prize. But yeah, so you can do fun
that was
things like that.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's definitely guys check out what Mark's doing, and it's gonna be, hopefully you'll be back next week or something.
Yeah. Oh, I love being here. Just never know with my schedule on
I know, yes.
yeah,
Everybody
so that's
and
always fun to have me on.
so
Thank you.
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so tough to get everybody on Saturdays because it's just
No,
your
no.
day off, so you just don't know what might come up. There might be some event that you need to go to. So I like
Star
to
Wars
play it
marathon
loose.
party.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
No,
Oh,
just kidding. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing that actually.
Yeah.
And so that's the case. Well, whenever you can come back, that would be awesome.
Thank
And
you.
just to let you guys know what's going on, do look out for some content for me this week. The members should also look out for some new content from me this week as well. There may be some older content that gets put into members because I like to clean up how people see different things um, on the on the page. So on my front page. So going ahead and just understand that some of the things might go into members.
Yeah.
And so what else? Let me see if I can get my list of things. I did
What's your
post
movie tonight with Lorena?
my movie tonight with Louie. Thank you for asking. And I can give you guys a thing. It is Rush Hour.
Ooh, good one. Yep.
Yeah, let me put that in there.
Always a great show with Lorena. Yeah.
Which I haven't seen Rush Hour in a year, so this is going to be great to catch up with that.
And I just started watching the Severance TV show. I'm late to that party, but I'm on episode 4 with my
Oh, I haven't.
much better half. And wow, what a creepy sci-fi dystopian! Not no spoilers. Or I don't know
Oh,
anything. It's
really?
all very confusing in the beginning, but wow, it's not what I expected in terms of the plot. You find this out. Your brain is AI thinks your brain is separated, so you have a work consciousness and away from work. So when you go into work, you never know anything that happens outside of work. I guess for security, but they don't. I'm in the beginning of the show, and I wouldn't give spoilers anyway. But at this point into it, 4 episodes, you don't know. But so you're always at work or you're always out of work. So you drive to work, and there's a chip in your brain that separates your mind into two halves. So,
Oh,
wow,
wow. Yeah, I
yep,
have to check it out because I have been in my own world, and like I said, I've just been dealing with some personal stuff that I needed to take care of. So I haven't been able to catch all the shows. And we still have, I would love to go over, and we'll talk about it later or privately about getting together to talk about the Star Wars show that just finished.
oh, the with the kids, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Skeleton Crew,
so
yeah, I
good.
did like Skeleton. Yeah, that's what I was forgetting to name that. Yes, you like Skeleton Crew, and yeah, it's
Oh, it
like
was so good. Yeah, I really liked it. And
yeah.
so my schedule, let's see what I've got coming up. Uh I'm thinking about doing something tomorrow night. I don't know why. I'm just like, oh, it's not tomorrow during the day, but we'll see.
Tomorrow night.
Um, and then next we'll see. Next week it's really like busy. I think I'll be over on Koj's channel watching The Alienator. And that is a movie I've never seen before. So Roger has like brand new movies, like movies I've never seen before that he introduces me to. So I'm
Great.
like, oh, cool, this is really cool. And then for the watch party next week, next Saturday, it will be Dark City
Oh,
1998. And
can I invite
that's
myself onto that? Because that's one of my favorite
Please
all-time
do.
movies.
Yes, please do. Because this is a very insightful movie. If you get a chance to watch it, this is
Oh God,
beforehand. Definitely do.
you
But
might need to watch it 3 or 4 times to understand some of what's going on, but yeah.
yeah, it's sort of like a blend of like The Crow and The Matrix and a whole
Yeah.
bunch of other like really interesting movies. It's just got so many layers to it, and definitely one that you really should watch like multiple times. But I know a lot of people who are just like, I love this movie. I actually was introduced to Dark City from when I was on Skywalker the Jedi's channel, and I was like blown away about how fantastic it was. So I
Oh,
can't
just
wait to
the
share that with you.
cinematography, the
Oh,
story, it's just
so
all
good. The
the
art
actors are so
direction.
phenomenal. Yeah, it's just, I think I bought that on 4K. I gotta check. No, I know I have the Blu-ray, but I
Oh,
think I bought the 4. I have to go, and I'll go watch all the make. I love that's the great thing about physical media. You have all the making of the director's
oh
commentary,
yeah,
and you miss that. And like Robert Meyer Burnett
digital. Yeah.
did all that stuff for great work on Star Trek and TNG. And if you're a
Mhm.
fan of whatever you're watching, I love going into that. Or if I have time too, like when if I know I'm going to review a movie, I'll try to watch the director's commentary, watch the movie, watch the director's commentary. And I do
Yeah.
cheat. I can put it on, VLC. You can do 1.5 speed, or because there's
Oh,
not
yeah,
enough
yeah. I
time in the
love that.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
speed
busy
it up.
doing stuff, so you put
Yeah,
it on double speed. Yeah, I
yeah.
never, because I think I know some people are like, "No, watch it at regular speed," but sometimes
I don't have
you
the
can actually
time.
watch more. Yeah, you can actually watch more content if it's on like or 1/4 speed or
Yeah, I do
1/50.
1.25 a lot, just especially if I'm doing a slideshow and I've seen the movie,
Yeah,
multiple times. Yeah, I'm not saying to watch don't cinemaphiles don't get mad at me. Don't do that the
yeah,
first time you watch a movie. But
yeah,
if you're watching it for a YouTube review or director's commentary too, you want to get through that commentary and hear it, and you get so many insightful things usually from those
yeah.
commentaries. Yeah,
Now, when you're watching, like, I think for movies, you should watch the movie at regular speed, unless you've seen it before, you're just catching up on something. But I
yeah,
think if you, to really get the flavor of what the filmmakers are trying to impress upon you, I think sitting there with the movie,
yeah.
even if it's like you're feeling
Put the phone
antsy,
down, put the phone away, turn the
it's
computer
so
off, just
important to
watch
get
the
the
movie.
flavor. Yeah. Even if it's like Lawrence of Arabia, where you're just watching, just the dunes of sand for I don't know 15
Yeah,
minutes. Just sit there with it. This is what they
yeah,
wanted you to do, and feel the weight of time.
yeah.
And then the rest of the movie kind of happens with that in mind. Just so next week, I mentioned next week is Dark City. On the 15th of March, we'll be doing Speed 1994, one of my favorites. Um, and we'll be on the 22nd, we'll be doing The Rocketeer.
Oh, classic.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, so good, so good. And on the 29th, I'll be doing Men in Black 1997, which is,
There's no Rocketeer.
yeah.
Squishy one,
So,
yep.
yeah, so I think that's going to be a pretty strong lineup right there, and I hope you guys have these films. If you don't, we'll find maybe a link or something. We'll see how if we can get everybody involved. Let's see where do we go? And I think I've got everybody.
Well, Mark Kelly saying you need to see the RoboCop TV series and cartoon. I definitely would agree with
Okay.
that. Yeah, and squeeze it in. Yeah,
Squeeze it in. Okay. Let me see. For some reason I got pulled all the way up to the top. There we go.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes you get scrolled up on the chat.
Yeah, it's just so weird when it
Yeah.
does that. And Mark Kelly says you need to see RoboCop TV series and cartoon. Yeah, and I from my recollection, I think I caught like maybe 1 or 2 episode, and so I am not sure if I have seen it, but it is something that is on my list. Yes, I shall check it out. And Lance says Severance is it Ace retro? Oh, okay. Yeah, I will definitely check that out too. But what's coming out that I really want to see is Devil May Cry. I really want to see that when it's becomes
I haven't heard
available.
of that. What's
It's
that
based
about?
on a game, and it's like it's got that Japanese anime flavor.
Okay.
But you can tell there's a lot of like American jokes in it. So I'm
Okay.
like, oh, that's a
It's a
crazy
movie
look.
or a movie
It's
or
a series that's going to be
series?
on Netflix, I think. If
Coming
I
up. Okay.
yeah,
Coming up.
yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And it looks really good. It is definitely an action adventure kind of action pack kind of thing set
Yeah.
in like a rogue future. So we'll see
Oh,
what
that sounds
happens.
cool. Yep. Sounds good,
We'll
yeah.
see what happens. So yes, all right. So guys, I think this will wrap it up for today. I want to thank you so very much, Mark, for
Well, thank you.
stopping in today and really like helping me co-pilot this thing.
Yeah,
And
I'm glad it worked out good. Yep.
you
I'm gonna
guys,
put
and
RoboCop
you
on my
got one more.
microphone.
You got
No,
okay.
it's the same. I should have kept him on the mic here, protecting the
Oh,
stream. Yep.
to protect the innocent.
Protect the innocent. Yeah, yeah. I got Spider-Man there, but I should have RoboCop on there for this. Yep.
Oh man, yes, and yes, thank you for sharing. Your toys or your collectibles because they're really sweet.
Thank
I
you.
loved, even though it was just the box of the 260.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. So the
Yeah, I'm
little
glad I still kept the box. Yep. I think I bought this when I was obviously as an adult. So, then you started saving the boxes. As a kid,
yeah,
you
yeah.
throw out the
It's
boxes. Yeah.
so hard to throw out boxes, but yeah.
Well, Stuntbrat has a question for us.
Oh,
Did
oh,
we
oh,
see the video of a rogue 6-foot robot? I didn't see that. No, attack the crowd.
oh,
Was a
yes, I did see that. Yes, I did see that.
Oh my god.
He didn't really
Was he
well,
named Terminator or Arnold?
it's probably, yeah, that's it was they lost control of the robot, and so I think he thought he was supposed to go into the crowd, but I think he was reaching out to the crowd. This is all like, it's pretty, yeah, she says I think it was in Germany.
Okay.
And so a handler just came in and grabbed him and put him where he was supposed to go. And it was
Wow.
pretty scary because, it looked like they lost control at that point. And so they weren't sure if somebody in the crowd, it was something in the crowd that got him, activated him. But yeah, that's something that you have to keep, you have to figure out how to make sure that doesn't happen because it could create um, panic, and
Oh, I
which it
just saw
did.
it. Yeah.
It did,
Just
yeah,
watching it. Yeah.
which it did,
Well,
and I think that's what happened.
these robots are, industrial robots, work in engineering. And then, yeah, if they have a cage, you can't go in, there's sensors, but these robots are out. It's not that bad watching the video, but it's scary. It's potentially very scary. But yeah, I mean, they're incredibly powerful and strong too. It's like,
Yeah,
anything with wild animals, right? You want to get in the lion cage or, so
yeah.
that's what's scary about that tech. Yeah.
That was, yeah, it was scary, and they have to figure out can't do those exhibitions if we're going to have things like that happening.
Like an
And
Ed 209, right? It's an
I
Ed
know, and
209 for real.
yeah, 2 minutes to comply. Like what?
I am complying.
I'm complying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably what the humans in the crowd were thinking. Like, wait a minute, we're complying.
Yeah, the robot
So,
headbutts, yeah. It headbutts
yeah,
the guy in the crowd, yeah.
that's really scary. Yeah. So, we have to look out for that. The robots that are going rogue. And so I'm gonna get going because I need to
Yeah,
make dinner.
you gotta take a break,
And
yep.
then and then head over to Lorena Creel's for our watch party. And I hope to see a lot of you there. If not, I could hope to see you next week, somewhere along the lines of a watch party or whatever else materials that I come up with. But I hope you have a wonderful week, and I am so happy you guys were able to join us for this. And take it easy, everybody.
Retro Nerd Girl, you are clear for takeoff.
In the neon light she stands, retro girl with nerd comments. Memory lane she takes your hand to the past where good times land. Pixels glow and screens do hum. Hear the beat of retro drum. Geeks unite, oh here we come. Nerdy world where we're from. Retro logo leads the way. In the night to yesterday. All the nerds come out to play. She's the light, won't go away. Film and movies on rewind. Good old days in nerdy mind. Retro nerd girl you will find, guiding us all intertwined. Joystick games and cosmic fights. Wondrous days and sleepless nights. With her everything feels right. Retro glow in neon lights. Joystick games and cosmic fights. Wondrous days and sleepless nights.